Here we go. Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. We are going to continue with painting the Tihanyi Apatsag. As you can see, we have come this far. We are going to finish this section, and then we can turn it around because right now it's upside down, and then we can turn it around the right way. However, I think it's coming along beautifully. It's going to be a wonderful painting. If I may ask you, would you please hit the like and the subscribe button? Thank you so much. So let us continue with the symbol X. It's a pretty baby blue, not even baby blue, almost white color, right? It's beautiful. This is, there are different colors of blue for the sky, which makes it that much more natural looking, in my opinion. Excuse me. I think I'm allergic to the camera. Not really, but I thought it was good. I had to say something. So, come on guys, line up, be good. Yes, here we go. Well, I got my W-2 form today. You know, guys, income tax time. Not worried. But it was late in coming. Are you working on something? Please tell me in the comment section what you're working on. If there's any particular question that you would have about diamond painting or in general, rainbow loom, crochet, I do everything. I am so proud of myself that I learned all these crafts. You know? Can you see what I'm doing or I'm off camera? Is this better? Sorry, I should have warned you before I moved the camera. Usually I tell you to close your eyes because some people get a little bit unwell when a camera is moved. I do apologize to you. Next time I will give fair warning since I'm always fooling around with it. Well, today's live video, the voice, absolutely horrid. And I don't know why. But it happens, you know. And I cannot edit it until, you know, YouTube finishes playing around with it. And then maybe I can edit it and do something to make it more presentable. You know the saying, there's no such thing as an ugly bride. Well, there's such a thing as an ugly video. And I did not have any free apparatus to check on the voice, and nobody really answered me back in chat. So when I uploaded it, then I realized what had happened, and I was like, oh my goodness. If a little wax comes out, don't worry about it. First of all, the wax would just make it shinier. Do you see the beautiful shine? Maybe not. I can see it. I hope you can see what I'm doing now. There. Let's try some zoom. I heard there's such a thing as a Zoom call. I have so much to learn. I mean, I thought I knew a little bit about internet and stuff like that. Well, let me tell you, I'm a baby in woods. I don't know anything. But I am learning. Little by little, step by step, I am learning. I think I have come a long way since my first video. At least I have a tripod. I'm not trying to hold the camera in one hand and work with the other hand, and that doesn't work. No, I tried it. It doesn't work. I was very interested in the last live one. All these sort of mysterious, esoterical, these kind of things really get my attention. I'm telling you, I love them. Mysteries, mysteries, mysteries. And I never realized there's so many unsolved mysteries in the universe. I am telling you that I am rediscovering internet and all the wonderful things that you can learn. So far, I have used YouTube to learn everything from knitting a pair of wool socks with 5 needles to amigurumi. And then last year, when we knew we were going to have a baby, I started baby blankets, little baby sweaters. You know, when my children were little, I had no time for such things. And now that I am a grandma, I am discovering all these wonderful things. And let me tell you, I didn't realize how special it is to be a grandmama. It is really very special. Can't really explain it. It's so different from being a mommy. I am enjoying every single minute of it. Even when the little child is having a hissy fit. I have never seen one of my children throw themselves on the floor, kicking and screaming, having a hissy fit. I was laughing. I couldn't help myself. I was laughing at the little boy, There's a 14-month-old little darling laying down in the mud. I mean, he was screaming and yelling, so his little mouth was full of mud. Let me tell you, his new winter clothes were completely covered, and I couldn't help myself. All I did was laugh. And his mother was looking at me like, what's Grandma doing? I said, Grandma's laughing. Have fun. I raised 4 of them, so you can handle one. I know, that's wicked. But he was so cute. The onlookers didn't think it was cute. They thought we were killing the kid or something, wonderful like that. Usually when a situation arises, you have some very intelligent people that come and tell you how to raise a child. Now, they know nothing about that child, but they will give you their unsolicited advice on how to raise that little angel. And I was looking at the lady like, can't you see that I am an old woman? Can't you see that? Which means I have already raised a number of children, and they have survived my child-raising techniques. So let me be the judge of the situation. But of course, I did not get into an argument because that's useless, I just stand there and smile sweetly and adorably, and I swear in 2 different languages under my breath. Yes, I do things like that. That's not half as bad as hubby is. He grins from ear to ear and starts telling his little story in Arabic. Now, I don't understand Arabic, but from the grin on his face, I don't think I want a translation. Seriously. You know what I mean? It's like when I dumped a whole tray of these diamonds. I dumped the whole tray on the floor by accident. Well, let me tell you, Hobby learned a few new Hungarian expressions that hopefully he will not repeat. Because if they ask him where he learned it from, and he will say, well, I learned it from my wonderful little wife. I think I will be a little bit embarrassed, don't you think? Actually, he starts saying these Hungarian expressions with such an innocent look on his face, like, I don't know what it means, but my wife said so. And I'm like, hush. Could you please not tell everybody that I was swearing? Could you not? He thinks it's funny. Actually, it is funny. But, you're trying to teach him not to use certain expressions. But it's so funny when he says them. But this is a really bad habit, don't you think? Because we laugh when our children do the same thing. And then we have to realize that they learned it from us. So we should really mind what comes out of our mouth in front of impressionable children and foreigners. Yes. Just my opinion, I really think that this painting is going to look beautiful on the wall. I don't even know what color frame I should get for it. I seriously think white one would be best because I think a black one would be too heavy for it and would take away from the delicate colors of the painting. What do you think? Well, there is black color in the painting, but yeah, I definitely think a white thin one. So when we look at it, we do not get stuck on the frame, but rather than the actual picture itself, right? Yes, I think so. They do have them on sale. Many things are on sale now, after Christmas. And it's a good thing to stock up on things because, when Easter comes around, the prices will go up again. Now, I have not found any Valentine's Day paintings, so I gave up on that. It's too late to get anything done now. So I am concentrating more now on spring and Easter on my next orders. Yes, I am still waiting for my little girl painting. Patiently. This is why I have always some diamond paintings in reserve. They are already kitted up. We did that together. Again, it's stuck in the middle. I don't know how much wax I should put in the middle, but it is stuck. Well, let's try this one. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing wax testing, which one works better? Let me see. No, I don't want you sticking there, please. Let's try to cooperate here. Thank you. Yes, I talk to my drills. It's better than smashing them to pieces. This is dry. So we're going to throw it out. We have a ton of them. We are not going to fool around with dry wax because it doesn't stick. And we want these drills to stick to our diamond painting pan. There we go. That's the way to do it. You remember how difficult it was at first when we were starting to use our multiplacer? It is strange at first, but with everything else, the more you use it, the more you practice, the better you get at it. And believe me, diamond painting is the same, although I don't see anything difficult in it. Really, it's a matter of enjoyment and relaxation. Unless your video card messes up everything. And then you're like, I sound like a frog. Yeah, well, I sound like there was a hurricane in my house. I don't know what that sound was. Okay, usually I get motorcycles and trucks and cars and ambulances and whatever because I am on a main street, but that was the weirdest sound. Or else I got no sound, and of course the internet is buffering. It has been going on for a couple of days. I called my internet provider and they said because so many kids are on the internet, we have digital learning and they use the net even when they are not doing schoolwork. I said, okay, but on Saturday and Sunday, they are not doing schoolwork. So what is the explanation for the mess? And they said they will send a man out tomorrow, Monday, to give it a once-over. I said, oh, good. That's what I need, a once-over. I have to remember to be pleasant, polite to the repairman and not scream at him like, what are you people doing anyway? That's not the way to talk to repair people because they're very sensitive, Then you turn around and go home and pout. You have to treat them gently. They have very delicate nerves, I was told. I know, it's funny. But I mean, getting your hands on a repairman is, a miracle in itself. Once before I had a firewall and I did not know what a firewall was. Of course, I got a visitor in my computer. They took out one DLL file and that was enough to, mess up the whole computer. It was a few years back. It was a different computer. And the repairman came. He sat in my living room for 4 hours. I thought we were going to have to adopt him or something, That's how long it took to clean up the computer because of one single file. And that was a very expensive way for me to learn what a firewall is and that you must have internet security. That's how I learned. And believe me, there are much easier ways of learning it. I find YouTube very helpful. Um, Almost any question I have, they have a video of. Now, I must admit that some of the videos you do have to take with a grain of salt and look at more than one, because sometimes some people just put up a video for clickbait or whatever, which I find very disturbing. But it happens, you know. What can you say? There's so many users on the YouTube. We are all different kinds. But I do believe there's room for everybody on YouTube. As long as we stay within the guidelines and respect each other, it can be a very informative, very enjoyable place. Just keep your eyes open. Um, Compare what you hear and then think it over, and then talk it over with a person equipped to handle the problem. And say, yes, well, this is what I heard or I saw on the internet. What do you think about it? Sometimes they will say, yes, that's good, go along with it. Sometimes they will say, oh, no, 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 don't do that. Like one of the suggestions for solving my sound problem was to delete my drivers. And smart little me did just that in the middle of the night. Now let me tell you how much I did not sleep that night. I was busy learning what drivers I need, where to download them from, blah, 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 etc., until I was seeing stars because there was so much information that I couldn't make head or tail out of it. But congratulate me because I did manage to download all the drivers, set them up. I got my computer working. It has sound, it has picture. Even my camera was outdated, the web camera. So as far as my sound is concerned, there's not much more that I can do with it. I do need a new computer. This one has been used to the maximum. So I was promised one. We will see. Well, it was a throw up between a new telephone or a new laptop. So I told hubby I definitely need a new laptop. My telephone is smarter than I am, so I don't need a new one of that. But my laptop is old. And I do use it a lot. I don't particularly like my tablet that much. I don't know. I see a lot of people using it and they're in love with it. I don't know. It's first of all, it's uncomfortable to hold. And maybe if I got a smaller, no, the smaller one wouldn't be any good. Then it's like a telephone, right? So what would be the use of a smaller tablet? But they said you can do with the tablet the same thing that you can do with a laptop. So I don't know. I still would prefer to have a laptop. Maybe because I am old, old-fashioned. But this is what I learned on. Well, actually, I learned with a great big, desktop 20 years ago. I got my first computer. The man brought it out to the house. He showed the button where to turn it on. That's it. So The man leaves. I wanted to turn off the computer because it was at night. Okay. I finally found the off button. And then the little boy of mine was 7 years old and he wanted to do something on it. So I wanted to turn it back on. Okay, I pressed the on button and I got a black screen. So frantically, I called the computer man. I said, "Excuse me, I just killed my computer." He said, "You did what? Did you shoot it, drop it? What did you do?" I said, "I pushed a button. What did I do?" He said, "Which button?" I said, "The on button and the off button. I mean, how many buttons is there on that thing?" So he came back. He turned around. He was almost at home, laughing all the way up the driveway. The old lady killed a computer. I just brought it to her house. Took the brand new computer to the shop, going to fix it. Yes, I did feel like a total idiot, you know. He calls me the next day. He says, "I do apologize." I said, "Uh-oh, why?" He said, "Because it wasn't your fault," meaning me. He said, "The video card moved when he delivered it, and this is what caused the death of my new computer." I was relieved, you know. I usually kill flowers. I didn't kill the computer. So it wasn't really my fault. It was nice of the guy to call me and let me know, you know. I was feeling rather dumb. You know, like especially when he asked me, "How can you kill a computer?" I said, "Well, I don't know, but I did it. You know, I'm talented like that. What can I tell you? Don't have to laugh at me just because I'm not a geek. Not everybody can be a geek. Some of us have to be little dummies so the geeks can tell us what we're doing wrong. Correct? Yes. Anyway, my 7-year-old, in 6 months, he was putting together computers. This is how fast kids learn nowadays. This is how he made a little extra pocket money. And then everybody called him when they needed something done. You know, we lived in a village. We moved 2 years ago to the city with second hubby because he works here. And that sound you hear is not my computer anymore. It's some car or whatever outside. Before, my lovely neighbor was coming through my living room wall. I swear, she keeps on hammering on it. I smile nicely. Nice of you to say hello, but wouldn't it be easier if you came to the door and said hello rather than trying to knock out the wall? But usually this house is very quiet, like I told you, except for the outside traffic noises, but you know, you get so used to it after a while you don't even notice it. And the only time I notice it is when I hear it back on one of the videos that I make. I said, "Oh my goodness, that was noise." We're doing so well on this diamond painting. I know some of the lines are not straight. We will use the straightener, and I will demonstrate that to you also as to how to straighten out messy lines. And then it will be just perfect. Yes, I can already see it in my mind in a nice white frame. Yes, I have decided that that's what I'm going to order. I need to order a frame anyway for the pyramids that we have done. And then there's one more spring diamond painting that we will do next. So I will order all 3 frames at the same time. And that way I will only have to pay delivery once. Sometimes, delivery costs a lot more than the actual item that you are buying. Isn't that the way it is? I don't know. From China, I don't have to pay delivery fees. From 2 streets down, they charge an arm and a leg to deliver. And yet you must use the delivery service because cannot go in person to the store, There's a slight, we are not open. And even if we are not open, please put your mask on. I said, okay. I should not talk to the door. Pretty soon I start talking to everything. People are going to think I'm a crazy old woman, I see such nonsense. I need logic in order to understand things. If there's no logic in it, I have a tendency, my mind has a tendency to automatically go on delete. I have no idea why my brain does that. So we did well. We did a whole tray of X's. This will be a rather easy section to do. There's quite a few multiplacing and color blocking to do. So I will say goodbye for now. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow afternoon. Stay safe, stay warm, stay happy. Bye-bye for now. Bye.